One of these helmets is worth $350. The other is worth $35. Can you tell the difference? Hi, it's John and welcome to Cycling on a Shoestring, and this is a follow-up video to one I did recently called I Bought a $350 Helmet for 35 bucks. Maybe, and I'll put the link in the description below. But what you're seeing before you here is the Abus Airbreaker, which is worth $350. Or is this the Abus Airbreaker worth $350? Can you tell the difference? They certainly do look an awful lot alike. Now, you're thinking, John, you spent $350 on a helmet? No, I didn't. My wife bought me the Abus Airbreaker for our anniversary, and she assures me she didn't pay $350 for it. She got a really good deal on it. As a matter of fact, she got it from Spain. It got here in about 4 or 5 days. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the differences between the real thing and the fake. The real thing and the fake. And there are a lot of differences here that I didn't really notice when I did my original unpacking of the fake one in that previous video I talked about. So let me reposition the camera right now and take a look at these two helmets on Cycling on a Shoestring. I think to start, looking at the helmets like this is probably a good way to get a good look at the cosmetic aspect of the fake helmet on the right compared to the real one over on the left. Now, first off, on the top here, let me just turn this one around. Up here, it says Airbreaker on the helmet. Let me see if I can get a good focus on that for you. It says Airbreaker up here in black on the fake one, or if you look at the real one over here, it says Airbreaker up here, but that is in white. So that's just a small difference between the two helmets. Now, looking at the helmet from a standpoint of how they're made and constructed, if you look around the vents on the fake one over here, it's not quite as refined, kind of some jagged edges in here. The paint isn't quite as good as the one on the left, which is the real one. They got the paint color pretty close, a little bit different between the two. I don't think you could really spot that even if you were out with a bunch of people wearing the same helmet, pretty darn close. And this cage on the top, this grill you see on the top up here, which is supposed to provide you with a little bit more aerodynamics. I took these photos earlier of that section. Around the edges on the fake one, it looks like they've just basically taken glue and stuck it into the helmet. And I never really noticed that when I got the fake one in and I did that previous video. So just a couple of things you can see here that are different between the two helmets from the front. Let me turn them around. We can take a look at the back. The thing you really notice from the back, first up, is that the logo is bigger on the fake one on this side, and something I noticed after I watched my other video back later. It's definitely a lot larger, and you can see the retention system down here. They're both adjusted to the same position inside the helmet, but this one comes way down on the real version over here, which makes a big difference on the way the helmet fits. Looking at this chevron piece on the back here, they obviously missed it when they put all the shiny gloss red on the front. Didn't put gloss on the back of this, but they certainly did put the gloss on the real one. And again, you can see places where there's glue. It doesn't look quite as nice around the edges here on this helmet compared to the real one. Again, a more refined look on the real one compared to the fake one. Let me flip them over and we'll take a look on the inside of this because that's where some real differences come. Then I'll try them on. We'll weigh them as well to see how much the fake one weighs compared to this one. I weighed this one on the previous video. It came at 265 grams. This one is supposed to weigh 210. We'll find out if that is the case. Looking at the inside of the helmet, the first thing you're going to notice is this sticker on the back of the real helmet here on the left, which the one on the right, the fake helmet, does not have. Safety certification. So CE, and here's a look at that sticker. I took a picture earlier, is basically, from what I understand, a European certification for safety for this helmet. So that's good to know. You can also see it's got the sizing on there. It tells you that it's an actual Abus Airbreaker. So it gives you an idea that it's a real helmet. The other thing that you'll notice is when it comes to the construction of the helmet on the inside, the plastic outer shell of it seems to wrap around the helmet more than it does on the fake one here. So there's a little bit more material on this side, and you'll notice that on the fake helmet on the right, it is thicker here, which is going to have an effect when it comes to the weight of the helmet itself. The padding Similar between both helmets. What's nice about this is that if I do have to replace the padding on the real helmet, I probably can just steal it out of the fake one and it will fit in there just fine. The thing that you really notice, and I mentioned this on my original video, on the one on the right here, you notice this little plastic clip for adjustment of the strap, and that was something that I mentioned on my original video. The real Abus Airbreaker does not have a plastic adjustment on the side where the strap is. Now, how does that affect the fit of the helmet? Really doesn't at all, but it feels really comfortable. Not having that plastic clip is a nice thing. This plastic clip on the fake one, by the way, does not lock in place, so it's always moving around. This is fixed, lays flat on your face, and apparently is not supposed to flap in the wind because it lays nice and flat. So these are some of the subtle differences on the inside. The retention system is a lot different between these two helmets. So let me reposition the camera and you can take a look at that. The retention system is the big difference in these helmets, which makes a big difference in the fit of the helmet. Now we've got the real helmet here on the left. We've got the fake helmet here on the right. I took this photo earlier and you can see on the left the retention system there and the retention system on the fake one. And just looking at these two helmets sitting on the table here, the real one sits up way higher. Both of these are adjusted to the same position inside the helmet, but they're not fully extended. So let me do that now and you can take a look at it and you'll get an idea of how much different the real one is compared to the fake one. Both of the retention systems are fully extended now, and it is a huge difference when you put this helmet on your head. The real one on the left, when I put it on, and I have not ridden with this helmet yet, I'm going to go out with it today. I said to my wife when I put it on and I tightened up, and they both have the tightening wheel on the back of them. I said to my wife, I could wear this helmet and not even put the straps on, and I don't think the helmet would come off in a crash because it fits snug but comfortable. So a huge difference when it comes to the retention systems. I mean, the helmet sits so much higher on the left for the real one than it does on the right. Big, big difference when it comes to these helmets. Now looking on the inside as well, here's a shot I took earlier. There's also some additional adjustment at the front on the real helmet, and you can see here where it attaches to the helmet. There are 3 holes there, so you can move it in between the 3 different holes. It's currently set at the middle position, but overall that's where I'm going to keep it, but that adjustment is not on the fake helmet. Overall, the real one fits better and it feels more comfortable. Something that's really noticeable about these two helmets, the real versus the fake, is that you can tell there's a difference in weight. Both of them are medium, and as I pointed out earlier, there's a little more material in the fake one than the real one, so there's going to be a weight difference. Now, I weighed this one on my previous video. It came at 265 grams. Let's weigh the real one. Put it on my scale. And there you go, 210 grams, which is the weight that is stated at the Abus website for a medium airbreaker, so it's the right weight. Now, the other thing that's interesting about these, and a difference that I've noticed, is you probably can't see it on camera, but they're both medium helmets. Let's take a look at them. I'll put them both on, and you decide and tell me if they look the same size. So here's the real one. And here is the fake one. Now, to me, just looking at the helmets side by side, the fake one is definitely bigger than the real one. And again, they're both supposed to be mediums, which makes me wonder, if I order a helmet from AliExpress and I order a small, medium, and large, or a large, are they all going to be the same size? Am I going to actually get what I've ordered? Because this one almost seems on a large size, maybe between medium and large, but it's not the same size as this helmet. So that's something to think about as well. Now, the elephant in the room here is this. This is definitely not a shoestring budget purchase. This is an exorbitant amount of money to pay for a helmet, $350. And my wife says she didn't pay that much for it, but still a lot of money to pay for a helmet. But she did make a point with me, which I thought was astute. If you're going to wear this helmet for, say, 5 years and then retire it, that's about $70 a year to protect your head. And you've got a helmet you like, a helmet that's comfortable, and a helmet that's going to keep you protected. Is $70 too much to pay a year to protect your head and really like the product that you've got. So a good point there. But the other point to make is this. You don't have to spend a lot of money on a helmet. It's amazing. Prices have gone up in helmets, but you can still get great helmets that look good, that feel good, that will keep you safe, that are certified for less than $100. So if you're on a shoestring budget, there's something out there for you. You just have to find it and make sure it fits. That's probably the most important thing. Get the right size. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to do a review on this helmet. Got it. Why not? So look for that coming up shortly. I've got more videos coming up. I've got some interviews planned as well. I think that will interest you. I'm going to do more of those things as well. If you've got any suggestions for videos for me or people I should talk to about cycling, an organization, a group, safety group, anything, please let me know in the comments because I do read the comments and I try to reply as much as possible to the comments. Please follow me on Twitter, on Instagram as well. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. That's important. Oh, ring the bell for notifications. I'll see you next time on Cycling on a Shoestring.